finally here. Fuck. Okay, now I'm just to the menu. Oh shit. Let's turn all this stuff down a bit. Yes, yes. Confirm. Yep. I'll figure this as we go. Wait, so we're gonna start with another tree? Is it the first one? What is that? 13, 14, 15, 16, 4:30 p.m. Small town outside. What? Ah. Ah. Oh shit. Later. Jeez, that's a long time later. Boston, Massachusetts.
God damn it. What a way to start the new year. At this rate, I'll be dead by Easter.
Quiet down, Agent Jones. You're on the clock.
Quiet down? Ha! You have any idea what you've done?
Oh, okay.
I'd be half naked in Havana right now if you hadn't shown up. Soaking up some rays, surrounded by a harem of bikini queens, a mojito in one hand, and a seafood-slathered Havana-style pizza in the other. What did I do to deserve this? Does God hate me?
No. The Regional Bureau Chief merely issued a special... Agent Jones, don't let him take control of the conversation. The moment you let your guard down, he'll strike.
Is she training an officer? Oh shit.
And no red, remember?
It's open. Come on in.
No! Holy shit. Again, never beat the first one, so I have no idea what happened, but... I know that person. I know that name. What the fuck? There's no way that's him. Oh no, he does the weed. God damn it. Jesus.
You have questions for us.
Wait.
That's why you're here,
Francis
isn't it?
Morgan? That's not the right name, right? His name's... Francis York Morgan, right? Who the fuck is this then? Is it the dad? Okay, again, now let me do whatever I want. I missed the music of the first one. Owl water.
Mr. Morgan, before we question you, allow me to first read you your rights. Anything you say may be used against you in a court of law.
Oh no.
Please keep that in mind as you speak. Do we have permission to film this?
Don't worry, my fairy. They're free to do whatever they like.
Something wrong, Mr. Morgan? I'm FBI Special Agent Aaliyah Davis, and this is...
Simon Jones. An analyst from the Boston branch. He's been monitoring us for years now.
Oh, hi.
Seriously.
A Southern belle and a lonesome loser who can't catch a break. Quite the uncanny duo. You'd be the perfect stars for the latest video game. Isn't that right, my fairy? How many years has it been since someone came to chat with us? Oh, but don't ask me about my fairy. That's a private matter.
How's that? Is that better?
It's hard to tell what he's thinking, but my eyes can't be deceived.
How's that, buddy? Is that better? Okay.
If he's hiding something, it'll come out in his face.
Okay, what is Zach? Poker face. Let's look at that.
This smell.
Alright, hold on. Is that better, buddy?
It doesn't surprise me at this
I made it a
point,
little
but
louder
it'll be
on
problematic in
the
court if
computer
they decide
itself.
his testimony is unreliable.
Fuck yeah, there we go.
I won't get another chance to talk to him face to face. I need to get him to stop smoking.
Then hey, how about you put it the fuck down, buddy? That.
Francis Zach Morgan. He was once an FBI special agent, an extremely talented one.
That was
At
name
least
was
that's what they
Francis
tell me.
York Morgan.
Perhaps he was a little too talented.
Zach was always the person he fucking talked to.
Hey, Belle. Why are you dressed so handsomely?
What are you talking about?
The thick black accessory wrapped around your neck.
Buddy, you know I didn't beat the first one, I told you. I even said it earlier in the stream, but apparently nobody
That's
heard
a
it.
male.
And how come you're
The
not
color
typing in
black
the thing
represents
so I can see it?
confidence and
You're fucking
interest in
replying on the
self.
phone.
And your decision to wear a male tie symbolizes your... Or perhaps it's a psychological barrier. meant to hide. We admire your
I thought you retired from profiling.
What is he, Venom? Keep saying we.
bullseye, huh?
Fine, buddy. I guess I'll just leave my phone open
You're
on you.
an easy one.
In order to think with society,
Oh, fuck yeah, society.
a man must first gouge out his eyes and cut off his ears.
Yeah, our buddy loves Digimon.
Don't judge a
All
book
of
by its
sudden,
cover.
He hated that game in the first place.
For someone who's supposed to have been one of our best, you've got an awful... Or did all that smoke and kill all your little great...
Okay, Aaliyah. She's smart, but she's also more of a shrew.
Agent Jones, that's sexual harassment.
How? Calling her a shrew?
Does that barrier of yours also protect you from violent criminals?
Just realized if somebody came in here
He's
and
more
heard me
dangerous
talking
than
to
I
you,
thought.
they're gonna assume I'm like
Can't
him.
read
Just
him.
like, Zach? This is a very strange game we're playing. Because there's nobody in chat now, because you're doing this over the phone.
I'll just have to assault him head on. First, I'll try using the files on the table to An ornate antique chessboard. Looks like he stopped halfway through the game. These files are from the case that took place just outside of New York. The agent who handled the case was Francis Zach Morgan. And now he's sitting right in front. Do you remember
Don't
the
worry, buddy,
homicides
no
that took
one
place in Le
else
Carre,
will ever
Louisiana
see
in
it.
2005?
God damn it. Yeah, I know.
We solved.
Your report states the following. By coincidence, you encountered a serious incident in a town you visited while on vacation. You then decided to steal the right to investigate from the local law enforcement. After several more homicides, you managed to apprehend the perpetrator.
Oh, fuck yeah. Sounds about right.
Yes. We stole the right to investigate from them.
It all started when the body of a 16-year-old... You arrived in Le Carre immediately after...
We just can't seem to keep ourselves away from dead girls.
Oh, ain't that the
Did you
truth?
really visit that town just to take a vacation?
We don't know. If you already have the report, then we... Either way, that case is closed.
Closed. Don't you think this puzzle is still missing some crucial pieces?
Come on. No need to beat around the bush with us, Belle.
They found Lise Clarkson's body. It was hidden deep within the Clarkson Food Delivery Services cold storage warehouse.
After 14 years, we finally discovered the body of the very first victim. Do you know what this means? That's why we're here.
Oh, shit.
The first victim in the case he solved, Lise Clarkson. This is a photograph of what she looks like now. How will he react when he sees it? The body that went missing for 14 years was suddenly discovered. This is some kind of message.
We're pleased, deeply.
You claim to have closed this case, but now a lost body suddenly surfaced. Aren't you curious about...
Body or not, we already Lisa's body. Can't... And it's certainly...
I suspect the body was stored there rather than abandoned. Due to the... She was found frozen in a storage unit. Therefore, she looks exactly the same as she did when she... In fact, she's in such good condition that we can even determine the murder weapon and cause of
Oh,
death.
fuck yeah.
Well, good for you.
Even stranger is how unbelievably beautiful. At first glance, few would guess she was a murder victim. She looks more like a piece of art. Or a mythological figure from a...
This keeps getting better and better.
Better and better?
The corpse is beautiful. It sounds just like our story. Yes.
That went okay. Now I'm sure that Morgan's hiding something. I may be able to get what I want if we go deeper into the documents.
Isn't there someone else you should have talked to?
Buddy, read faster.
Before coming to us? Such as...
We were unable to reach Patricia Clarkson. You look surprised. I thought you already knew. After all, you visited Louisiana last week.
Buddy, goddammit.
We assumed you met with her during your time there.
We haven't been to Louisiana. Not in 14 years.
Is that so?
We've been right here in our apartment this entire time.
Jesus, sounds like me.
That man is our witness.
That man?
Aren't you, Simon?
What?
He's right. He didn't even take a single step outside on Christmas Eve. Which means that I didn't get to either.
Are you positive about that? I took the liberty of checking some airline records. Last Friday, the name Billy Bishop was listed on a morning flight out of Boston. This is the fake name you used to use as an agent, isn't it?
A mere coincidence.
Yet that's not all. That evening on the same day, a man with a large scar on his forehead allegedly purchased an '89 Cadillac from a small used car lot in Le Carré. He reportedly said he wanted something old, big, and strong. The owner of the car lot felt it was a strange order, so it stuck in his mind.
Our world is filled with mysteries. And they always have the most bizarre timing.
Incidentally, on the following day, an identical Cadillac was taken to a scrapyard in Trenton.
Got a lot of story in the
Trenton, New Jersey.
You can find that type of car anywhere. Isn't that right, my fairy?
Okay.
That chessboard looks and you can't even buy those ivory pieces anymore.
Right. They were banned by the CITES Treaty.
That was made in France in the 1900s. We know it's in bad taste. But the weight of the ivory just feels so good in our hands.
You play chess alone?
Is that a crime?
No, but it's a hard game to enjoy when you're all by yourself.
He's probably just replicating famous games. Or trying to solve problems from a chess workbook. Right, Morgan?
Why is he trying to, defend him?
I may not look it, but I'm actually a bit of a chess nut myself. When I was in school, I used to pore over every issue of Chess Life, the magazine published by the U.S. Chess Federation.
Well, unfortunately, your guess is completely wrong, Agent Jones. He isn't replicating a famous game, nor is he solving workbook problems. There isn't a single chess book to be found in this apartment.
Oh, shit.
And I didn't find any chess-related websites in his internet history. He was simply playing chess, all alone.
What's wrong with that, Belle?
I don't understand it. How could a single human being seriously play as both sides?
You just publicly confessed to stealing personal data. Seems like that's a much bigger problem.
Oh no,
yeah.
Everything was done in a perfectly legal manner. We simply happened to intercept a handful of data being sent out from an unknown origin.
Oh, now she's really trying to scare us. Did you hear that, my fairy? Serious nightmare fuel.
visions to acquire important hints that will help you proceed through the game. Hold L, use visions. Using a vision will deplete your concentration, so be careful about using it too much. Okay.
He didn't so much as twitch when he saw the picture of the body. He's even tougher than the rumors made him out to be. But I was prepared for that. And if my hunch is right, he's deeply intertwined with this case. Far deeper than what my superiors think. You may be wondering why we decided to unearth all these old files.
Everything happens for a reason.
The moment Lise Clarkson's body was found, we did the best we could to start our own local investigation. But there wasn't much we could actually investigate due to the damage caused by the hurricane.
Then we assume you also questioned everyone who worked in the warehouse.
Of course. We questioned all the Clarkson Food Delivery Services employees, but we still have yet to obtain any key testimonies.
Par for the course with a 14-year-old case, if you ask me.
Not to mention how bad the timing was. Most of the employees were on vacation.
So, you gave up on the investigation and came to see us instead. Remember what happened, my fairy? That warehouse. That man. So incoherent. Such a pain.
Hey, are you talking about the guy who managed the vault where Lisa's body was found? Yeah, I think he started working there in 2005. Remember, Aaliyah? You said he was a pain to deal with, too.
Oh, fuck yeah.
A large man, yes? No need to answer. If you don't want to. I'm sure you've already put him under surveillance. Textbook FBI protocol.
Morgan's right. Everything happens for a reason. Even this messy room. There must be a reason for it, especially when it comes to those strangely tidy spots. They're practically begging me to question them. DVDs are all over the place. I know that he's a shut-in, but this still seems like way too many for one person. And I've never heard of any of these titles before.
Yeah, I see the picture, buddy.
Mr. Morgan, I found several spots in this room that look strangely clean. Did you tidy up a bit because you knew we were coming?
Yeah, it's a big white ass.
Those are sanctuaries. They've existed from the start.
Sanctuaries.
That's right. Sacred places, hovels for pure souls, if you will.
Were there originally objects in those hovels? Something you didn't want us...
The soul's still there. We haven't touched a thing. But we know you... Hey, Simon, don't touch the sanctuary.
Sorry.
That's a sanctuary. Don't ever touch it again. You've been watching us for 4.5 years, and you couldn't even figure that much out.
My bad. It's my first time actually coming inside, you know.
You're earning far more than you deserve, then. What were you doing all day in that black Suburban?
Fuck you. Us was splashing.
We thought wiretapping was your specialty. Don't tell me. Crossword puzzles. What do you think, my fairy? 4.5 years. All that time, and what does he have to show for it?
Crossword puzzles? Come on, I thought you knew. I'm a Sudoku guy.
Agent Jones.
Oh, right.
He's completely taken control of the conversation.
God damn it, dude. Just wanna play.
At this rate, we'll never get anywhere. I need to press him some more. Agent Jones, did you find the...
Oh shit. Greenville. Francis Z. Morgan. No, it's Francis York Morgan.
Mr. Morgan, do you recognize these files?
Shit.
Whoa!
That's a sanctuary.
Ow!
We told you. That's a sanctuary.
Let him go! Assaulting an FBI
Let
agent is
her
an obstruction
go.
of
Told you.
justice.
We told you. Go. Ah!
God damn
Stay
it.
back. Stay back. Sanctuary. Down. Surrounded. Ah! 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 Yeah.
Andy, is it you?
Mr. Morgan,
God damn it.
I cut my finger with that can opener this morning. I thought I stopped the bleeding, but it seeped through. How could I be so stupid?
So what, the blood set him off? I'm so confused.
Everything should be fine now. I'm sorry for being so careless. I made sure to read through your file and learn about your condition.
What?
The color red.
Oh.
Such an unusual thing to fear. Please, accept my deepest apologies.
I'm sorry too, Morgan. I don't know what I was thinking.
Guess I should have read what happened in the first one, since I didn't
I'll
do it.
never touch one of your sanctuaries ever again. And no more red, either.
Don't ever touch one again. I told them.
Now, may we
Don't worry. I won't let them touch you.
Strangely enough, this man has a fear of the color red. And I believe that fear is connected to the Greenville case. The files on the serial killings that shocked Washington State in 2010. Officially titled the Greenville case. I never thought I'd take out files from a case I first heard about on the news. Mr. Morgan, I'd like to ask you some questions about this case now.
We don't want to remember that town.
I'm sorry, but there's no way around this. I remember hearing about this case on the news when I was still a student. A high school girl named Anna Graham was murdered and the FBI stepped in to take over the case. I also remember it becoming a sprawled investigation due to evidence found in the victim's throat. Is that correct? After that case, you went on sick leave for 2 years.
Oh shit.
And when you returned, you requested to be switched over to desk work. What happened?
That's a private, none of your business spill.
Were you traumatized? It's a common problem with prolific agents such as yourself. But there's another possibility that may make more sense. Perhaps you simply finished making preparations.
For what?
What are you getting at?
Thinking too much about something will always turn it into a problem. The Greenvale case. Don't you think it resembles the Le Carré case?
Read the report. We have nothing else to say.
Oh shit. She ruined it.
I just need one
Buddy, I
more
am. All it's
push.
doing is sitting and talking. Of course I'm bored. I want to get to
One
the game.
more
I want to
thing
get to
that
running
can summon
around.
up the past.
Meeting some wacky people.
The silver clock in that trash pile. Is that an
This
H5?
is why you love Star Trek. It's different though. That's more
right.
entertaining than whatever the fuck they're
John
talking
Harrison's fifth chronometer, completed in 1770. After many years, he completed it and presented it to the Board of Longitude in order to end their feud with him. That's only a replica, of course.
But there's no way this is the whole game. Even the first one didn't have shit like this.
You like clocks?
Clocks are amazing. Prime fruit of the human race's intellect. We took the invisible idea of time and manifested it in these.
Yeah, I love clocks too. Absolutely fascinating.
Shut up, Simon.
I disagree.
Oh?
Time is valuable precisely because it can't be seen. Yet nowadays people can't tell what time it is unless it's measured in numbers. Talk about idiocy. I don't mean to side with the Board of Longitude, but remember, humans used to cross oceans with the stars alone. We have our eyes to read moon charts and study the sky. We don't need clocks.
What if it's cloudy or storming?
All you need is courage and a love for adventure.
Hear that, my fairy? Courage and a love for it. Come on, Belle. Surely you know how many lives have been claimed by your pals' courage and adventure.
I do know. And don't call me Shirley.
Hey, hold on a second here. That Board of Longitude thing. What the heck is that? I mean, I've heard of it before. I'm an FBI analyst, remember? I just sort of can't remember it right now. I know what it is, really. I'm telling the truth. Come on, Aaliyah, back me up here. Aaliyah?
Mr. Morgan,
What did we just say? We don't want to remember Greenvale.
this isn't a photo from Greenvale. Look closely at it. Former Special Agent Francis Zach Morgan.
Francis York Morgan.
This photograph predates Greenvale. It's from the Le Carré case you worked on in 2005.
So this sequel's like a prequel?
Red tree. Red tree.
Yes. A red tree. Greenvale wasn't the first place you saw one of these. The Greenvale case and the Lise Clarkson murder case. They're connected
Oh shit.
by these red trees. Aren't they?
Red trees.
Answer me. What are...
Red trees.
I want the tell me everything you know.
The red trees. You really did your homework. Well done, Belle. You're good. Damn good.
Cup of coffee.
Are you ready to... I want to know what went down in Le Carré in 2005.
Fine. We'll tell you. We'll tell you what happened in that town. Yes, it was that red tree. That red tree ruined my life. It was a sultry summer day. The sun comes down hard on you in the South, like a torrential downpour of demonic whispers. It all started back in that sweltering summer. We still had our best friend with us back then. The other me. My better half.
Wait, what? Oh, shit. Oh, fuck yeah, that's like a James Bond.
Never a choice when somebody needs you.
Fuck yeah, sweary.
You can't turn away. You're their only lifeline, just a hero, a bullet for hire, working alone. Always a voice, a cry in the darkness, an echo of pain that's been long forgotten, but it haunts me, my destiny to be alone. There's a time when you see life for what it's gotta be. You should know they'll destroy you. They'll call to me to keep searching, walk alone.
Ah! Alright, and loading. Ah, red leaf! Zzz. Oh shit.
Zach.
See, Francis York Morgan. He's the real hero.
Zach. Can you hear me, Zach?
How do I answer? Jesus.
There you are, Zach. Sleeping again?
I'm starting to.
Well, rise and shine. It's time for us to head back out into the chaos.
Oh, shit.
Isn't that right?
Alright, just fucking get to it. It's been like 40 minutes already. Oh, Dead Tui Premonition. A blessing in disguise. Oh. Oh. 2005, summer. Yeah, I forgot how the song went.
Zach, it looks like she wants us to join her for breakfast. Perhaps this town's finally starting to warm up to us.
Hell. God damn it. Fuck yeah, screenshot that.
Look at that, Zach. She's welcoming us with open arms. She's even willing to share that tasty morsel with us. What an honor.
Hurry up and chow down, mister. Unless you like your breakfast stale.
What an amazing place. I've been on top of the moon since the moment I got here. And the name of this wonderful town, Le Carré, sounds like French to me. But what does it mean?
The car.
I'm the chef, David.
Alright, completely ignore his question.
If you want to know about the town, you'd better ask the concierge. Only amateur chefs flap their gums about stuff that ain't food related.
Fuck yeah.
Did you hear that, Zach? He's a true professional.
You say something, mister?
No, not to you. I was just talking to Zach.
Zach?
Please don't ask me about Zach. It's a private matter.
If you say so, still. Never thought the FBI would ever come out to a little old town like ours.
I do work for the FBI, but I didn't come here for an investigation. I just happened to stop by on my way to New Orleans.
Never thought there'd be a murder out here either. And it was a 16-year-old kid. Now I tell you, this country's seen better days. What you reckon, mister?
Zach, he's definitely a professional, but it seems like he's also a bit lonesome. That's good. Ambivalence exists everywhere.
Like, you're basically saying this to his face.
Folks say the killer used an axe. Hell of an old-fashioned choice if you ask me.
Just like Greenville.
Actually, Chef David, if you don't mind, I'd like to ask you a few questions about the incident.
Well, shoot. I ain't the one you ought to be asking, Mr. FBI. I only heard what I heard. But seeing as you're fixing to grill me, I can tell you what I know.
Please do. I appreciate it. What do you know about the Clarksons' house?
Now, I ain't got nothing bad to say, but I'm gonna talk straight to you. You best steer clear of that place. That family ain't just some gang. They're a whole different kind of beast. They folks with real power. Remnants of the good old boys who shaped America in the early days. Especially the head of the family, P.J. Clarkson. He's the kind of monster, and I'm sure he's on edge now with his granddaughter getting murdered and all. So don't go barging in with that shiny FBI badge of yours and think you'll be safe for nothing. Things are different down here. So if you plan on sticking around, you best remember that.
I see. You said the victim was a 16-year-old. Did you know her?
Well, sure. I reckon the whole town did.
Meaning?
She's Lise Clarkson, the little grandbaby of the Clarkson family.
The Clarkson family?
That's right. You ain't seen they sign on your way in here? The one above that huge cold storage complex. Should have had a dragonfly on it. Anyway, that's the Clarkson family seat. They own most of the land around here, from the sugar plantations right down to the food processing plant. Yeah, I reckon they got a stake in just about everything. They even own the water tower on the edge of town, you know? They're the ones who built up this town, and they still support it.
Is the
Shoot, mister, what you think? Now, I told you this ain't no city. We in the bonafide boondocks here. They got to know how to break up fights and keep folks from killing each other when they pissed you off. They sit down and talk it out with you heart to heart. And when that don't work, they just beat your ass. That's the Deep South for you. This murder ain't like that, though. A little kid got killed. A weird way. Like something on the sheriff's department ain't never seen. By the way, Mr. FBI, I ain't seen a car in the parking. How'd you get all the way out? Don't tell me you walked.
Well, that's a very good question. Chef David, you've got a sharp... It's true that I didn't park my car in your parking lot. Do you know why?
Can't say I do.
Because it was stolen.
Huh? But you with the FBI, right?
Even FBI cars can be stolen. It could happen after you park your car on the side of the road and go off to do some legwork. When you're eating lunch, when you're watching a movie, when you're asleep at night, when you're buying cigarettes at the local supermarket. Your car can be stolen anywhere. That's precisely what it means to be an FBI agent. In my case, my car was stolen while I was on my way down here. But no need to worry. I already reported it to the local authorities. And I've also already acquired another mode of transportation.
Another mode?
Want to hear the detail?
Not really, but I'll...
Then please do. After I finished my work in Houston, I flew to New Orleans. Then, whenever I visit the West Coast, I always rent especially in California. But now I'm in hot and sticky, so I decided on a brand new...
A hybrid car?
Oh yes, now, in the year 2005, it feels like we finally entered the 21st century. Stomp down on the gas all you want. The engine won't make it.
It's silent?
At first, I felt like the landscape was moving past me on it. Give it a few more years, and I'm sure we'll start seeing cars that run purely on electricity. Who knows? In a decade or so, electric sports cars may end up lining the parking lots of Silicon Valley. I can see it now. It's the world of The Last Starfighter, 1984, directed by Nick Castle.
That's right.
It's famous for being the first film to utilize realistic CG, but I couldn't care less about that. See, I was mesmerized by the beautifully refined mech designs. It even made me wish that I could be one of them myself. Especially the Gunstar spacecraft. No other sci-fi movie has ever had.
So, where'd your hybrid car get stolen?
Sorry, I got off topic. I noticed it was missing after I finished my lunch and walked out of the diner. Incidentally, this diner was located at the entrance to a small town just south off the I-10. I went out to get back in it, but my hybrid car was nowhere to be found. I remembered exactly where I parked it, right between, but when I came back from
Buddy,
lunch,
I'm falling asleep.
it had completely vanished.
This shit is
In
a
short,
struggle.
Someone stole it. And in its place, they...
What?
a skateboard.
A skateboard?
Yes. While I was sliding my lunch into my stomach, someone was busy replacing my brand new hybrid car with a wooden board attached to 4 wheels. Remarkable, don't you think?
So then how did you get...
By riding the skateboard, obviously. No, I couldn't ride the board very well at first. But by the time I hit the 3-mile mark, I'd more or less gotten the hang of it. By the 10-mile mark, I'd even learned to do a few tricks. It was a journey of self-discovery. Not even I knew I had this...
Jesus.
When you say,
Hey, mister, like a kid asking grandma...
I just can't seem to keep myself away from young women who died in bizarre ways.
Well, I ain't seen it with my own eyes, but folks say they found the body hanging under... And under that bridge, there was some...
An altar?
Like something they use in black magic. Something horrible.
Voodoo?
Nah, wasn't nothing like that. Just a weird altar.
That's all?
Oh, and the body was all cut up in pieces.
So she was sacrificed.
That's what the fella who discovered her said, yeah.
Bingo, Zach. This case has got our names.
This summer's gonna be another hot one. It's supposed to get over 95 today. Watch out you don't go getting heat stroke.
Elise Clarkson case needs us. Don't you think so, Zach? The cat people are what guided us to New. We should be thanking Malcolm McDowell. Once we get home, let's watch Blue Thunder again. I'm already... Zach, the searing light. It's the deep south. That was a fabulous breakfast. You're the world's greatest chef.
Wait, mister. You didn't take a single bite.
Well, the tea was to die for. But I'd prefer coffee next time. What would a morning be without coffee?
Oh, Jesus Christ. 51 minutes. Well, 52 technically. About to fucking pass out. God damn it, it's a rough beginning. Oh. Hell yeah, quest updated finally. .203. The fuck? Fuck yeah. Now the game's getting good.
Son Rouge. Been chasing it all over America. But I feel like we're finally on the verge of finding something now. Don't you, Zach? I think it's about time we ordered a new briefcase. Yes, I know this one carries a lot of memories, but let's see. This hole's from the shootout in Tucson, Miami. Billy, our perp, cut his own torso right in two. Even with the help of the drugs. A feat like that, I was so impressed that I forgot I'd left my briefcase. Same floor his blood gushed out. I know, Zach, I know. Now isn't the time.
Evidence organization.
An emergent drug that's been on the rise in 4 southern states. Personally, I think it originated right here in Louisiana. And Elise Clarkson's murder must be connected to it somehow. The 16-year-old, her body was found beneath a bridge over the bayou, along with a strange altar. The powerful man who essentially controls the town of Lucare, and he seems to be more fearsome than your average gangster. I doubt he'll be willing to cooperate with any law enforcement, Zach.
No, fuck it, that was easy. Fuck yeah.
You know, I keep thinking about that movie we stopped to see on our way here, Zach. The Island, 2005, directed by Michael Bay. For a movie being shown at a cinema complex, it was surprisingly artistic, an experimental setting mixed with hard-hitting drama. It was art house sci-fi. That director's going to change the history of art house film.
Well,
are you following me here? This is another special film that's setting a new standard, just like Star Wars and Blade Runner did. This is a turning point. You may be witnessing the birth of a vital new word that will soon become a part of film hit. Yes, this single movie may be responsible for creating a whole new genre, a genre known as island movies. I sure like the sound of that. Don't you?
No. The fuck is that? Our room service. Really? Is this a mission? Answer the door? Alright.
Hey there, Chef. What's cooking?
Chef, what are you talking about, sir? I'm the concierge, David.
Oh, what the fuck? God damn it.
I just heard from our chef that you wish to learn the meaning behind our town's name.
Yes, I've gathered that Lucare is French,
God
but
damn it.
does it have any special meaning?
Why, yes, sir, of course it does. A very clear, logical meaning. All names have meanings. Would you like to know what this one means?
Yes, I would.
Jolly good, sir. Then allow me to explain. Lucare means square in French.
Ah. And?
That's it.
That's it?
Yes, that's it, sir. Do take a gander at the town map in the lobby if it fancies you. It's beautiful, valuable, and old. I'm sure you'll understand once you see it. Now, please excuse me, sir. If you ever need anything, please don't hesitate to ask.
Fuck yeah.
Did you see that, Zach? That was clearly David. Not a twin, not a split personality, just the work of a true professional. It's bizarre, but I can understand it. Remember what they say, the job makes the man.
Check out the map for Old Luray. It's at the hotel lobby. Got it. Alright. Alright, I figured that it's down there, yes. Jesus. Alright. Oh boy.
Zach, this is Lucare. I think I'm finally starting to understand what our concierge was trying to say. You can tell this town was built by a very methodical person. No, wait. Maybe they just didn't care, and that's why it ended up this way. It's just another symbol of mankind's obsession with molding nature to fit our own rules. Zach, what did you think of Hungun's oracle? Despite all the dramatic build-up, it's little more than a childish riddle. Heartwarming, really. Exactly the kind of feeling one gets from the good old-fashioned countryside. Now let's start by tracking down those 10 maidens. The oracle gave us a place and an act. Very funny, Zach. Now it's time to get serious. You already know the answer, don't you? Now let's start by tracking down those 10 maidens. The Oracle gave us a place and an act. We need to go to the Shrine of Hunger and fell 10 maidens. Now where in this town can one see Alexis's Diner and Lane? This is it, Zach. There are even pins in a bowl. I bet we'll be able to eat some Cajun cuisine and bowl there. Maybe even both at the same time. Nice job, Zach. Now for the other. There's no flying serpent on this. Could it be a contrail or... First, let's just figure... Do you know what the ambiguous 0 represents? 0 is usually treated as a base number. But under what conditions would a base number be ambiguous? The answer is temperature, Zach. Yes. 0 degrees Fahrenheit is minus 17.7 degrees Celsius, and 0 degrees Celsius is 32 degrees Fahrenheit. You'd be hard-pressed to find a more ambiguous 0 than that. The question is, does our 0 refer to Celsius or Fahrenheit? Let's think for a moment. We're in Louisiana. The Clarkson Food Delivery Services Cold Storage Warehouse. That's got to be it. Even with this blazing sun in the sky, they can easily keep the temperature below freezing. Be honest now, Zach. You knew the answer from the very start, didn't you?
Of course.
And how about that Hoongan? What a mysterious character. His oracles may end up determining how much time we spend in this town.
Sorry, boss, but this is a smoke-free hotel. If you're dying of smoke,
God
head out
damn it,
the
dude.
entrance and you'll find a smoking area in the rear parking lot.
Don't tell me. You're the
At
bellboy.
your service, boss.
God damn it.
Are you good friends with the concierge and the chef?
We work at the same place, yeah. But, I can't really say whether we're good friends with each other. We're all professionals, though. Nothing more, nothing less.
I believe we've struck gold here, Zach.
God damn it, dude.
It just screams Deep South. Actually, no, it doesn't. This is all his charm. So, if I want to smoke, I should go out the entrance and around to the rear parking lot?
Bada bing, bada boom.
Okay. I'll play by your rules.
Alright. Here we go, now the game started. Oh, fuck. Well, it's been an hour, so once it's outside, I'm gonna save. Probably it for today. Oh, oh no, did it freeze? Okay. About to say. Ugh. God damn it, takes a while. Oh shit.
Compared to non-smokers, smokers have a 4.7 times greater chance of getting lung disease. You know that means it's more likely than getting asbestos poisoning?
The risk of death from lung cancer is actually much lower than what you think it is. In fact, it's tiny when compared to heart disease, strokes, and pneumonia. We're always surrounded by easy ways to die, you know. Some people even get randomly struck by lightning and die right there on the spot.
Then I reckon you also know that secondhand smokers have 1.3 times greater the risk compared to smokers?
Of course.
So you won't mind paying the damages when I die of lung disease? How about writing that in a contract for me? You got a pen, right? I promise to protect you from all the evil in our world. Well, that's stupid. By the way, what's your name?
FBI Special Agent Francis York Morgan.
Fuck yeah, Francis York Morgan.
Please, just call me York. That's what everyone calls me.
Is something wrong with you? Adults ain't supposed to act like that. I only asked for your name so I can write it on the contract. You should have been able to figure that out if you're a real FBI agent like you said. Come on, sign here. Right here on the paper.
Jesus.
Just as I thought, Zach. This contract paper, it's a Sang Rouge wrapper. Sang Rouge is here, too. This must mean that Sang Rouge is connected to the Lees Clarkson murder
How?
case somehow.
How would you automatically
This
just
is a
assume that?
sprawling case that's spread across the entire South. It's within our jurisdiction, Zach. We'll need to steal the right to investigate from the local authorities at once.
Jeez.
By the way, miss, what's your name?
Patricia Woods. But I gotta write my name myself, or else it won't be a real signature.
Tell me, Patricia, does this town have a sheriff? Or is it under the jurisdiction of the nearest city police?
Perfect timing. Well, go on and steal it if you want it. I was just thinking about how this is way out of my daddy's league.
Thank you for the information, Patricia. Okay, Zach, it's time to get to work. How should we seize control from the sheriff this time?
Oh boy. Fuck yeah. Alright. Okay. Alright. Oh yeah, I had to find a fucking... like a fucking save... a thing to save. Shit. How do I... yeah, okay, so... alright, well, I gotta go inside and save. Alright, I can't. I would just like to save.
Hey there. So, you're the fella from the FBI I've been hearing so much about. I'm Melvin. They call me the sheriff round here.
I just want to save and quit.
FBI Special Agent Francis York Morgan? But call me York if you can. That's what everyone calls me.
Huh? Well, all right. Mr. York. How's that sound?
Fine by me.
I'm sure you figured this out, but our town's a small one. Yeah, folks are already busy spreading gossip about how some FBI agents...
I just wanna fucking save. I just wanna go inside. So many
Hey, you!
fucking cutscenes. What?
You ain't secretly cutting kids up and sticking them into jars or
No.
using your FBI connections to sell kids to child traffickers?
I've arrested people who've done both, but I've never engaged in either of them. Of course, I have imagined doing such things in order to learn more about the psychology of the criminals I deal with.
It was just a joke. And don't tell me what you imagine, or else I'll get scared of you for... Hey, can I come with you? You signed a contract with me, remember? And besides, I'm kind of worried about my daddy.
Do whatever you like. This is but I have one condition.
What condition?
Don't ask me about Zach. It's a private matter. Zach, it feels like she's carrying something with her. Kind of reminds me of you back when we first met. I can't leave her alone like this. You feel the same way, don't you?
All right. Jesus. Oh my God. All right. Okay.
We always strive to... Our humble, bucolic town does have its in... Therefore, we decided to provide a modest selection of...
Great. Sounds...
Exactly. Serving you is... Please do let...
Just wanna fucking save. Oh, there it is. Yes. There we go. Alright, everybody. God damn, we will see you next time.